We advocate and campaign for the decongestion of correctional centers in Nigeria. In view of the above, we welcome you all to this historical press conference. Pension means regular payment made by the state to disabled, widowed, or by a former employer to an employee after long service of a periodical payment made especially by government, company, and employer in consideration of the service. This conference seeks to review the Nigerian pension law with a view to identifying whether a state can enact a pension law to grant pension and gratuity to an ex-governor and their deputies under the various state pension laws. The search shows that only the National Assembly can make law on pension in Nigeria. Therefore, various state laws on pension and gratuity to ex-governors should be declared null and void and unconstitutional. Since the various state House of Assembly have refused to amend or abrogate the outrageous life pension for their former governors, the discourse must also refuse to stop. Just recently, some Nigerians expressed outrage at the development in light of the dwindling economic situation in the country and the inability of most states to pay workers' salaries. Currently, about 20 former governors and their deputies are drawing salary from public purse as either serving senator or ministers or SA. The Revenue Mobilisation Allocation and Fiscal Commission approved payment of 300% basic salary as severance allowance for political office holder on leaving office, but various states House of Assembly had approved a wide range of entitlements to ex-governors and their deputies. What it simply means is that despite the Revenue Mobilisation and Fiscal Allocation and Fiscal Commission have allocated 300% of their basic salary as an allowance for them when they were leaving office, but yet they are not okay with it. In connive with their state assemblies, the governors and the assembly make laws that will give them pension and gratuity. According to the Lagos State pension signed into law by the former governor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2007, a former governor will enjoy the following benefit for life: 2 houses, one in Lagos, another one in Abuja, estimated by property expert to cost the sum of 500 million naira and 700 million naira for Lagos and Abuja respectively. Others are 6 brand new cars, replaceable every 3 years. Furniture allowance of 300% of annual salary to be paid every 2 years. And 2.5 million naira as monthly pension, which is about 30 million naira as pension annual. Meanwhile, the former governor will also enjoy security details, free medical, including for his immediate family, and 10% house maintenance, 30% entertainment, 20% utility bills, and several domestic staff in a state like Lagos, where the same government have refused to provide public water for our citizens by giving the laughable excuse for privatizing water that the state don't have the required resources to provide water for Lagosians. What a shame. Right to pension and gratuity. The concept of pension development as a result of the employer to induce an employee or worker to accept employment in his establishment, to arouse in the employee a feeling that his own interest is to some extent conterminous with that of his employer, hereby inducing sense of loyalty and commitment to the cause of the employer and to engender confidence in the body of worker by practical demonstration of what each of them might expect from long service. The right to pension therefore rests upon mutual confidence and upon the terms of contract. Once the right to pension is mutually agreed and incorporated into the contract of employment, it becomes an enforceable term at the instance of employee. The law will therefore not permit an employer to rescind from his obligation simply because the terms are one-sided or burdensome. The maxim "you cannot abrogate and reprobate" at the same time, or benefit and burden must not run concurrently together. Are ex-governors supposed to entitle to pension and gratuity? The answer is no. If we decided to give pension and gratuity to our ex-governors, the constitutional provision must be adhered to. Severance allowance must give way for pension and gratuity, or vice versa. We can also consider contributory pension scheme for them, because what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. If the civil servants who serve for 35 good years can only enjoy contributory pension scheme, then the public office holder should be allowed to enjoy same, if at all we consider them for pension, because service of a state for 2 terms of 4 years each is not up to 10 years that qualify a civil servant to enjoy pension under the Pension Act of 1979. Multiple remuneration from the public treasury by our public officer should be prescribed by law. It is an anti-people policy, and it promotes corruption and makes public office more attractive to politicians and looters. This is our urgent demand. We demand that the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and Right Honourable Speaker Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, we urge you and the House of Assembly member to, with immediate effect, introduce a bill in the House of Assembly, Lagos State House of Assembly, that expressly repeal the bogus, immoral, illegal, and non-constitutional pension law, Public Office Holder Payment of Pension Law of Lagos State 2007. Repeal of other similar legislation that gave bogus, undue benefit and allowances, principally aimed at satisfying the whims, caprices, and greed of the ruling class, which oftentimes have been exploitative and parasitic. An urgent institution of comprehensive and reliable social welfare program for the teeming residents of the state, whom are mostly poor. More than 72% of the annual budget finds its way to privileged few through bogus allowance, various bogus contracts, relevant projects, and direct stealing. We can halt this trend and use the comprehensive, reliable social welfare program as turning point to use our state budget, that's our commonwealth, as instrument for the state and human capital development in Lagos State. Conclusion. We hereby employ legislative arm of the 3 tiers of government in Nigeria to keep themselves within the ambit of the law in the business of legislation, in order to enthrone the much desired peace, order, and good governance. Therefore, the state pension law that provide pension and gratuity to ex-governors and their deputies are illegal and null and void. Our organization, the Center for Human and Socio-Economic Rights, urge our colleagues in the civil society and human rights community to join us in challenging these laws on the street of Lagos and all the southwest states, even in Nigeria, and in the court, since the laws are inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution and not justifiable given the economic situation and reality of Nigeria today. Payment of both severance allowance with pension and gratuity to ex-governors and their deputy is wrong, and it constitutes economic depression for the states.